Hey guys, I'm super psyched to talk to both of you. I'm really
Hi there.
excited to be here. Uh, okay, I got to start. Daniel, as a huge James Bond fan, I'm a massive fan. I can tell you that for me, you really humanize the character. He really has an arc through the movies. And was it always kind of with your intention with this one to close out that arc and give it a satisfying ending?
Yes. I mean, a simple answer, yes. Um, I've always had a game plan. I've always had a fantasy, maybe, probably more of a fantasy than a reality most of the time. But just I was given the chance to sort of have a narrative, which was sort of really. Often we would go back, when we began thinking about the next Bond movie, we would think, let's make it a standalone, let's just make it, completely separate adventure, and we always returned to this sort of plot line that we had that was there, and I think it was because of Casino. I think it was because of this love affair he has with Eva Green, at Vesper in the movie, and I felt like it was so strong and so affecting to him that we needed to kind of finish that story. So either you can believe me that it was all thought through, or it was just a happy accident. But I'll leave that with you.
Oh, I mean, it worked out so well, so I'm glad it did. Rami, I love doing this as Sefan, but I have to ask you, he's evil incarnate, and for an actor for you, was that kind of liberating in some ways though, just to get to play this guy that was like just evil?
Yeah, yes. I appreciate you saying that because that's exactly where my mind frame was. It was difficult in a moment because I thought, okay, I always want to bring something of myself and find something that registers in my moral core. And investigating the psychology of someone who can step outside of any empathy, outside of their morality, to just uh, uh, see their vision completed. See, just do something so brutal and horrific that it's just a complete removal from that sense of any type of empathy. It's difficult to go to those places, but then another aspect is that it's quite liberating. It's freeing. He's unpredictable in that way. There's something about that when you kind of just take that element of heart out of it that makes him a really fierce adversary.
Mhm. And Daniel, okay, I have to ask you, as a huge James Bond fan, why do you think it is that people like me, 60 years after the franchise start, still
You're not
love
that
this
old.
character? Sorry?
You're not that
No,
old.
no. But I've been watching them since birth. Why do you
Yeah,
think it is,
sure.
though, that
Sorry.
people love the series so much, though, and why the character means so much to people?
Oh, it's such a big question. I don't know. I feel like they've always adapted to the times. They've
Yeah.
always reflected the politics and the fashion and the music scene, or whatever it is that they kind of like. So people have always had a kind of, there's been an in, there's been cross-generational appeal, which has been amazing. And we still sort of have that, I think, a bit, but who knows? Um,
I think so.
who knows?
Sure it
Oh
does.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want, they've just, they're an event. They've always been an event, whether they be, and that's down to the Broccoli's and their and Cubby's legacy is that he's keep them special. They're the biggest independent movies in the world, and they stand out because of that.
Oh, she's an amazing producer too, Barbara Broccoli. She's the best. So much respect for
The
her.
best.
Rami, do you have a favorite James Bond villain? I gotta ask you. I'm sure you've been asked a million
Uh,
times.
um, I don't know that I have a favorite, but I keep reverting back to Casino Royale, and when I saw this incarnation of my Bond, my
Yeah.
favorite Bond, uh, anyone who was going to get in his way was villainized by me immediately. So anyone who put this guy through any torture when I first saw Casino, yeah, I wanted to strangle. So hats off to Mads for doing a good job, but I think everyone Daniel's had to deal with has been a worthy adversary. They've all brought their own nuanced performance to it, and I just consider myself quite grateful to be included in that legacy.
Daniel, I was told I could ask one more question, so I have to say I love the fact that there was some humor in this one, and how Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Carrie they brought in this amazing
You
kind
didn't
of.
think the others were funny?
I thought they were funny, but this one was hilarious though at times, and
No,
and I
I'm
really
joking.
like
I'm
that as a
joking. I'm
Bond fan.
joking. That was a gag. Very bad one, clearly. I'm glad I'm not writing them. What was the question?
No, I just wanted to say, was it refreshing to you to kind of be able to work in a little bit of extra humor into this one?
Phoebe's just is the word I use is witty. I mean, that's obvious, but she's so witty and she's so smart. A lot of lines were still improvised, but she would set us off on the right tone that's incredibly liberating for all of the actors. And you'll see in the film lines that are hers and other people's and things, but then there are lots of lines which were just invented on the day because she set the bar so high.
Well, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
No,
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bond, any thug can kill. I have to know I can trust you.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
You are a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
Is this really what you want? Always alone?
We used to be able to get into a room with the enemy. Now they're just floating in the ether.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
Oh my God. Target enough people.
And the people become the weapon.
Who is he?
James, you don't know what this is.
James Bond, licensed to kill, in love with Madeline Swan. I could be speaking to my own reflection. Only your skills die with your body. And life is all about leaving something behind, isn't it?
Come on, Bond. Where the hell are you?
Okay.
If we don't do this, there will be nothing left to save.
I have to finish this. You ever flown like this?
Nope.